Welcome in everyone to a brand new season of Hitting the Fields main show. That's right, it's time for season 22. Mondays just got a whole lot better in the new year. I'm your new host, Edgar Rodriguez, and on this first episode of the new season, we're going to be talking F1. We're going to be recapping last season and seeing all the major changes happening in 26. We're also going to talk World Cup group stage draw, right? We're going to be reacting to everything World Cup related. And finally, a wild weekend of wild card action in the NFL. Don't go anywhere. Main show starts right now.
Things gon' change when I really hit the field. Undefeated champs, man, you know what's the deal. Tryna find a kid, I'm in the field doing drills. Boy, you just a sucker, you ain't never keep it real. 3 rings in my hand, I'm a warrior to the max. When I hang it up, they gon' have to give me plaques. Step up in the building and I only bring the facts. When I make a highlight, they gon' replay, run it back. Okay, always locked in, I don't got time to lax. Saying he the best, he could take a lap. Batted 1,000 when you check the stats. Boy, is you ready? You ain't gotta ask.
All right, everyone, we are ready to jump straight in. To my left-hand side, Austin Lamana. To my right, Santiago Molina. First things first, what was your favorite part of our winter break?
Well, my favorite part was the food. I got the chance to have my family over, and then I just, the leftovers after Christmas, after New Year's.
That's valid.
Great.
That's valid. You are allowed to eat as much as you want during the festive period.
Oh,
you
yeah,
also
1,000%. Oh, I mean, it was great for me. Obviously, you get to spend time with friends and family, but then the Christmas, the Christmas music, the Christmas movies, Home Alone, Home Alone 2, National Lampoon's Christmas, Elf. I mean, it's just an amazing time. I had a great winter break.
Fantastic. So let's get right into it, guys. F1 2025 season was unbelievable. It was hectic from start to finish. Santi, very simple question to start things off. Did you see this McLaren dominance at the start of the season happening for both McLaren and Lando Norris?
I did not see it. Well, it was clear that they won the championship the year before and they got an extra budget for their car, so therefore there was like an expectation for them to be up there. But I didn't see it. I thought that teams like Ferrari with Lewis Hamilton were going to do better. I thought teams like Mercedes were going to do better, and then maybe Red Bull, but it was a completely dominance from McLaren.
Complete dominance is correct.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%.
Austin, 2 of the top 3 drivers were in Papaya. Piastri wasn't that far off, and for a long period in the season, we thought, you know what, Piastri might win a championship before Norris.
Oh, yeah.
Lando didn't let that happen, though.
No, he did not. He did not. I mean, I got to say, I was kind of like, just surprised. Generally surprised that they won. I mean, I honestly thought they were going to be close. I thought they were going to be close to winning the championship again. I didn't think they were going to win it, though. I don't know why. I just genuinely just didn't think they were. But, I was happy for him. I was really surprised. And at the same time, Norris, I mean, I like Norris a lot. I generally prefer Norris over Piastri a little bit. And so overall, I was really happy about it.
Piastri ran Norris close, but like we were talking about off air, Norris has been at the team for quite a bit, right? He's still a young driver, but he's been there for a while. He's kind of solidified himself as the unofficial number 1. That's where I want to move to next, because McLaren have this 2 number 1 driver policy, right? Not, one of the drivers isn't a solid preferred number 1. Santi, do you agree with how Zach Brown and McLaren have dealt with this situation?
I think they clearly showed their favoritism towards Norris. It was clearly shown, and I think he deserved it. He's been with the team more than 5 years, and then Piastri.
I'd say just as long as COVID or something, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And Piastri has been there for like only 2 years, 2 seasons with the team. He's a rookie. As a sports guy, you got to go through the phases of being a rookie and then getting the favoritism once you spend a little time.
Yeah, 1,000%.
For sure. We're going to talk about surprise of the season next. Austin Lamana, what stood out to you?
Surprise of the season. I mean, honestly, I'm just going to go out here and say it. I'm going to say I thought Ferrari. I had really high expectations for Ferrari, and just like you said, Mercedes. I thought they were both going to do much better, and looking back, I was like, didn't really do much at all.
Ferrari?
I'm like, eh.
Disappointment of the season, Santi.
Absolutely.
I think that's by far, I don't think that's debatable at all.
Yeah, no, they had a really terrible team management. And then that was really shown in the audios, the fights, the arguments between the drivers and the team. So I think they got to work on that and, get a
I
little
was,
better.
I was hopeful for him too, because I mean, you look at McLaren. I mean,
course.
back in like 2023, Zach Brown, he said that they didn't even meet any of their regulations before the season started, and they eventually 2024, 2025 won those championships. And I was kind of hoping for at least a little something from Ferrari and Mercedes, but yeah, no, it was just disappointing.
Mercedes probably had a better season, right, objectively, than Ferrari. But of
Absolutely.
course, when you have a blockbuster signing like Lewis Hamilton is from Mercedes to
Yeah,
Ferrari,
yeah.
speaking of both of the teams, you definitely expect to be fighting towards the sharper end of the grid. They were not able to do that. But it all resets for 2026
Oh,
because
yes.
A new
huge
season.
regulation changes are coming in the sport. Austin,
Oh yes,
you were studying.
bro, I got a bullet point list right here. Oh yeah,
Talk to us
1,000%.
about it.
Okay, let's break this down right now. These cars are going to be going much faster. Not at first. Wait when the race starts. They won't be going as fast as like we were talking about off air.
Right.
But once the race goes, they're going to be going. Keep in mind, they're 30 kilograms lighter. Now, mind you, I do not know the kilograms to weight ratio. I'm not afraid to admit that, so I looked it up. It's 66 pounds. 66 pounds
That's
lighter.
significant in Formula One.
Oh yeah, and the arches in front of the tires that you normally see, right? They're gone, completely gone. And the wheelbase is shorter. Granted, they still have the 18-inch tires, but the wheelbase is shorter. And in addition to that, the front wings on the car are much narrower, okay? And the rear wings are completely gone because those wings, they cause a lot of dirty air and they just cause a little bit more drag. And boom, they're gone. So now they're going to be able to go even faster on the track. And not to mention active aero, boom drop, okay? The cars can adjust the angle of their front and rear wings, and that in turn helps lower the air resistance and increasing speed. So boom, they're going to be going much faster and closer combat a little bit too.
Lots of changes. That last point is important because you always want closer racing. You always want more exciting racing, Santi.
Oh yeah, they're going to be closer. They're not going to be just behind each other the entire time.
Oh, it's going to be.
Absolutely.
It should make for better racing in 2026. Also, a brand new team as well. Cadillac joining the grid. Talk to me about Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez.
Absolutely. We have two veterans in this new team that they're gonna give a lot to talk about, especially with this new system. We don't have no more DRS, so I really hope these new regulations actually improve the experience for the spectators and the actual race. I need to see more race energy towards the drivers.
Yeah.
Sometimes
neck
the
and neck, yeah.
DRS they were like, I don't know, probably 10, 20 seconds behind, and you knew that the race was gone. But hopefully with these new regulations, we get that closed battle.
It's like you just want to sit there the entire time. You don't want it to be like, okay, well, I know how the race is going to be. I'll leave 5 minutes
Exactly.
early. You want to stay there until the last second,
That's always
You're
the
right.
goal. And of course, regulations tend to change maybe once or twice in a decade. And at the end, you kind of see, okay, it's kind of maxed out at this point. It's time for a refresh. And that's exactly what we're getting in 26. Another new addition is the Madrid street race, Austin.
Oh, yes.
How excited are you about that?
I'm
Two races
excited.
in Spain.
I'm excited for that. I'm just like, okay, I get to, first of all, Spain is very beautiful. I don't know. I've never been to Spain, but I see the pictures of it. I'm like, that's beautiful. And I get to watch a race in Spain on TV. I'm like, okay, I like
Should
this.
be fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Beautiful and fun to watch. I'm excited for it.
It should
Absolutely.
be lots of fun. Guys, thank you for joining me on segment 1. That
you.
was fantastic.
Thank you.
But stay tuned. World Cup talk is right around the corner.
Hi, sorry to interrupt your show, but I want to give you a little rundown of everything we do here at the Hitting the Field Network. My name's Nick Cohen, and I'm the host of Hitting the Field, our flagship show heading into season 21. Live streaming every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern, we talk about anything and everything sports. Tuesdays, we have season 3 of Girls Got Game. Hosts Katie Sue Christensen and Mia Flores discuss all the biggest topics in women's sports. On Wednesdays, make sure to tune into season 7 of The Combine, hosted once again by Ty Patton. This podcast dives deep into every detail about the NFL season. Next on Thursdays, we live stream season 11 of HTF Bets, brought to you by Andrew Gregg, Diego Ortiz, and Ben Huber. Any sports betting questions? I'll let the pros answer those on Thursday. Then TGIF, because we have new episodes of season 9 of Nighttime, hosted again by Matthew Bracker and Kathleen Moore. Nighttime keeps you up to date on all UCF and collegiate sports. And ultimately, Edgar Rodriguez and Patrick De Leon are back for season 2 of HTFC. Soccer is a year-round sport, so make sure not to miss HTFC. Lastly, end your week on Sundays with our vlog squad, asking the hard-hitting questions and letting you behind the scenes of our studio days. Make sure to follow us on our social medias like Instagram and TikTok to stay updated on all HTFN news. Remember to subscribe to the Hitting the Field Network on YouTube, leave a like and comment, and with that, I think we're ready for your next segment. I've been Nick Cohen, and enjoy the rest of your show.
We are back. F1 is done. World Cup comes in. Octavius Lawrence, Francisco Vera, boys, how are you doing? Francisco first.
I'm excited.
Yes.
First of all, starting the semester, and I'm really looking forward to talk World Cup, which, by the way, has some really, really good teams.
Huge, huge
Yeah.
storylines. Octo, it's World Cup year. How does that sound?
Sounds great. Sounds great. I remember, our freshman year going
Yeah.
in, watching those games, Japan, Spain, some great ones. So I'm excited
It
this
was
year.
great. It was great. Watching the World Cup in school was a
Oof.
core memory. You'll
Unbeatable.
never forget that. You'll never forget
Unbeatable.
that. Let's jump in, though. We're going to recap all of the groups for an expanded World Cup. It's the first time we're going to see 48 teams competing, not just here on American soil, but also in Canada and Mexico, giving us the full North American tour, let's call it, for the World Cup. They're going to come on your screen shortly, but we have to start at the very beginning of the tournament. It's going to be
Yep.
Mexico, South Africa in Mexico City. Francisco, it's funny because in 2010, in the South Africa World Cup,
Yep.
it was
Mexico
South
and
Africa,
South Africa,
Mexico.
yep.
So we're going to have a little deja vu going on.
Yep. I mean, when you bring up, first of all, the 2010 World Cup, memorable.
Yeah.
All I can think of is the vuvuzelas going off
Yes.
for every single game. But I mean, Mexico, South Africa, I think it'll be a good game. Some two teams that aren't really getting that much light for the World Cup. I think it'll be a very, very good game.
It should be a fantastic way to start our 2026 World Cup. Octo, we're going to keep moving along. Let's talk about, oh, there you go. Perfect. Thank you, producer. Let's talk Group B. It's not fully settled yet, so it's Group A, but we got Canada, Qatar, Switzerland in there. Playoff A, for Group B, you would expect it to be Italy. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Octo, Brazil. What do you think about their group? Was it a good draw for them?
I think it's a favorable draw.
Okay.
Obviously, Morocco is the most informed team in Africa.
Yeah.
One of the most informed teams in the world. And that's going to be a difficult group. But if Brazil can play to the standard that Brazil is as
Yeah.
a nation, they'll be fine. I'm not worried about Scotland, although shout out Scott McTominay. I'm not too moved by that group. Brazil should coast, but Morocco's they're the dark horse for the tournament.
Absolutely. We see some more groups. Of course, there's a ton this time around. And the one that piques my interest on that screen, Francisco, is Spain. I mean, they
Yeah.
have a little, a tricky mix it could be with Cape Verde, of course, qualifying for the first World Cup, Saudi and Uruguay. I know you have a lot to say on Uruguay
Yeah.
later in the show. What sticks out to you, though?
I think when looking at Group H, I think that the only serious threat for Spain is Uruguay.
Okay.
Other than that, I think they're looking at a #1 finish, potentially with 7 points,
Yeah.
tying with Uruguay, or maybe even losing to Uruguay.
Okay.
But I don't see them getting anything other than a maybe first place or second place performance.
Well, we're going to jump straight into who we think is going to win it all. Before we do that, though, we have a whole other group, whole other list of groups because, 48 teams. I have my thoughts on that. That's for a different show. Octo, we're going to keep moving on here. France, group of death, group I?
Without a doubt. That has to be the
Yep.
group of death. Senegal, an elite team in Africa. Norway. Do I even have to
Back in
mention
the World
Erling
Cup,
Haaland? Like,
yeah.
that team is so elite. I'm not worried about the playoff team. I'm going to be honest. It's between those three.
Yeah.
But France coming into this tournament, they need to, I feel like they need to reclaim a lot of the glory that they had in Europe. I feel like they're being kind of passed by Spain as, the #1 European
Well, I
team.
think I agree with you. Yeah.
And if France can't reclaim it, we know the talent they have on that team.
We see the current World Cup champions, Francisco, in Group J. I mean, Argentina could not have
Yeah.
hoped for a better group than
Yeah.
that. That is
It's a breeze.
walk in the park.
It's a breeze.
Walk in the park. I say that and they lost their first game to Saudi, so never know in the World Cup.
Maybe get that again.
Let's talk about our favorites for the tournament, and I'm going to get started with Spain. Of course, the current Euro champions, they don't need much introduction at all. I think Spain, look, we saw it, 15 years ago now, 16 years ago, right? With their dominance, winning back-to-back Euros, World Cups, Euros. I think this team, under Luis de la Fuente, Octo, can kind of go back to those glory days for Spain.
I think so. You kind of compare those teams to, led by an elite midfield, some, I'm not going to say questionable attackers, but some quick, pacey attackers, and obviously the star boy, Lamine Yamal, on that team. They're an elite team, top to finish, or top to bottom. And
100%. I think Spain go into the tournament as clear favorites.
Yeah.
As clear favorites. Francisco, how about underperformer? This is an interesting one, okay? Because they're not even confirmed at the tournament. But that would highlight my point even more. I think Italy, by far, is the underperformer in this
yeah.
World Cup. I mean, that's already 2 previous World Cup cycles. They don't qualify automatically. Make this a third. They have a tricky mix again in the European playoff, the likes of Northern Ireland in there, the likes of Wales. Man, the drop-off of Italy is just inexplicable.
Yeah. I mean, the downfall of Italy within the last, I want to say, decade or two. It's just been.
It's hard to think
It's
about.
hard to study.
Yeah, it
hard
really
to
is.
hard to really kind of come to the conclusion of what really
It
happened.
really
there.
is.
I mean, they've obviously lacked the production of local players to send them to other teams and stuff like that. So I don't know. Italy's just in a dark, really dark place.
You talk about dark horse is Norway for me. Look, I think Holland, I think Ødegaard, I think they have a couple pieces in there. Look, they haven't been at the World Cup in over 20 years, okay? So I think that they make a splash when you talk about returning to the World Cup. Francisco, though, who do you
Yeah.
have as your favorites?
I personally think that Argentina is going to go back
Repeat
to back.
champions.
Yes, repeat champions. Now,
Wow.
obviously they're going to be probably the safest pick, right? But you do have young talent playing in Europe who already has the experience of playing in deep playoff games in the World Cup.
sure.
You have Julian Alvarez, Thiago Almada, Enzo Fernandez. So you combine those with the young talent who hasn't been called up yet in Franco Mastantuono, who might probably get the bid for the World Cup, as well as Garnacho and Nico Paz. You can combine the young talent that hasn't gotten a World Cup bid yet with the young talent that has the experience in the World Cup. I think you have a great team.
That's a good point.
Pairing it up with the likes of Messi, who already has the veteran expertise and already knows what it feels like to win a World Cup, I think that team is set for a very, very deep run, potentially winning it all.
How about your underperformer? Now, I know you're going to hurt the American fans, but just quickly, why do you think the U.S. is going to let us down?
Listen, I think that Team USA has been a fraud all along, right? When you compete against Caribbean islands for pretty much your entire time as a team, that doesn't help. That doesn't help at all. You're beating St. Kitts and Nevis 6-0. How does that help in the long run? How does that help with developing your players to the point where you can say that this team is World Cup ready? Playing friendlies against Belgium, Portugal, Senegal, and Germany will further prove my point because they probably will not have as many starters, or they might not even play any starters at all.
I don't think we win those games.
You're not playing competition worthy enough of saying that this is a World Cup team.
I agree. I think the U.S., look, a nice group draw. I don't think we can debate that, but
favorable.
going far in the tournament, I have my doubts. Octo, we're going to move to your favorite.
Of course.
Who do you have winning it all?
I got France. Like I mentioned, it's an elite team. We saw them not struggle in the Euros, but I think that Spain game, we saw they battled back. This is a new team, a hungry team. Kylian Mbappe, in my eyes, is still a top 2 player in the world. You can't really say he's not. But most importantly, you look how deep that midfield is. You have surging players, and a player who I think is going to take over this tournament, Ryan Cherki. I have the utmost faith in Ryan Cherki. I think he's going to come in and play a pivotal role in that team. The only thing to worry about, their defense.
Yeah, some glaring, if you look at the France team, you say, okay, where's your weakness? It has to be at the back with guys like Upamecano. Will they be able, Koundé, right? Can we really trust these guys at the back for France? I'm not so sure. I like your underperformer pick because the golden generation,
I think it's coming.
For Croatia, it's gone, isn't it?
No longer are the days of Ivan Rakitic.
No.
No longer are the days of Perisic. Luka Modric on his last legs. It's time to move on. It's time to move on. Listen, as a Ghanaian international, I love Ghana, and I think Ghana will pass them in this group. I think England's obviously going to win the group, but that's not important. Give me England. Give me Ghana. Croatia doesn't make it out of the group.
Wow, that's huge. That's huge because Croatia has become kind of that underdog in the World Cup. They've had that reputation of stirring the pot a little bit, right? Being that unpredictable team that makes a long run. But I agree with you. I think the golden generation, kind of like Belgium, right? Never won anything. It's kind of passed them by. Underperformers, you said Uruguay. What's
USA for underperformers.
Oh, sorry, dark horse. Uruguay,
said
what's the
Uruguay.
furthest you see Uruguay real quick going?
They have the history of making a deep run in the World Cup, so I definitely see them making it at least round of 16, potentially semifinals, but
Okay. How about for your dark horse, Côte d'Ivoire, right? The Ivory Coast. How far do you see them go?
I'd see a similar situation, round of 16. They're a very good African team. They went 4 years without conceding a goal at home in their qualification and their friendlies. They're a very good team. The problem is, obviously, they struggle a little bit with attack, but we'll see how they perform.
So much to continue looking forward to for this year's World Cup. Guys, thank you so much for coming on. We have one more wild card recap. Stay tuned.
You never got me anything for my birthday.
I don't even know what that is. I thought birthdays were every 100 years like the Kids' Choice Awards.
What?
Finally, he's here, man. He's always late.
Who? Marcus?
You good?
I'd give them one of these, one of these.
Behind every on-screen moment is a whole team of engineers and technologists.
And you can be a part of such a team through SMPTE at UCF. You'll join a team of students just like you who are ready to innovate the future of TV and film.
With SMPTE at UCF, you'll be able to connect with local industry pros, learn about new technology in the industry, as well as get backstage experience that really matters. Join SMPTE for a backstage pass to all of this.
We meet every last Monday of the month for our general body meetings. There we discuss how new technology is being used to create new media, and we get to highlight local professionals and their specialties.
On top of that, we have some site visits planned, so tune into our social media to be notified of when those will happen.
So if you're ready to pull back the curtain and find out what really happens behind the scenes, join SMPTE at UCF.
Back for one more, Andrew Gregg. Make sure you get signed back into your computer.
Okay, you got
it. Being a little silly off camera.
I'm here.
We're back for NFL wildcard recap. Austin Suarez, my friend, have a good break.
Oh, wonderful break. What about you?
It was great. It was
Good to
fantastic.
hear, good to hear.
Recharged. We're ready to go
Oh
again.
yeah, rejuvenation.
I like that word. Andrew Gregg, great job on nighttime.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I really appreciate it, guys.
Look at us.
For a second there, I thought you weren't going to ask about my break.
But I was getting there. I was getting there.
I
Relax.
really, it was great. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate
Rejuvenation?
it. You know what? If I had to use one word to describe my break, I'd use rejuvenated.
Rejuvenation.
The word of the day, the word of the break, word of the year.
Word of the year.
Right now, January
2026.
12th. Here we go. Let's get right into things. NFL wildcard gave us so much to look forward to, and I'm starting with the Sunday night game. I'm giving some love. I've heard some, people weren't really, what's the word, happy with how the game went.
Oh, wow.
A little underwhelmed with how Sunday night shaped out. But the Patriots moving on against the Chargers. Now, Andrew Gregg, I'm gonna start you with a fastball down the middle so you can hit it out the park.
Alrighty.
Patriots schedule.
Oh.
Everyone killed them on it
Okay.
during the regular season. Did they put it to rest?
No, not at all. I think that if we learned anything from that Patriots game, it's that the Chargers are not a real team, unfortunately. That offensive line obviously has lost many players throughout the course of the regular season. Jim Harbaugh has led the team to a great season, but at the end of the day, the Chargers just weren't a real team. I've been tracking this Patriots-Chargers game for a little minute now, and the one statement I made before this game was that the Patriots aren't a real team, the Chargers aren't a real team. They play each other. That's the only game that the Patriots would be able to win in the playoffs, minus the Steelers. Obviously, we know the Steelers aren't actually good at football either. Sorry, I know that we're going off on a couple limbs here, but
that's why I asked you the question.
Sorry, yeah. So, but the Patriots, we know about the Patriots, right? They only played played one team with a winning record during the regular season, right? It was the Bills. They ended up losing to the Bills in the later half of that season as well. And the Patriots just aren't. They don't give you anything that, like, for me, as a Patriots hater, right, there's a lot to hate about this team specifically, right? Drake May is not as good as everybody thinks he is.
No,
I
he's
think
not.
Matthew Stafford is obviously the MVP. And you can just tell with the Patriots team, they love beating up on bad teams, but they'll get humbled in the next round versus the Texans.
100%, I can see that.
Please continue this because you're not giving Drake May any love.
I mean, Drake May, wonderful. I mean, second year quarterback, I believe. Wonderful guy, great kid. Good football player? Absolutely not.
Wow.
Mac Jones-esque.
Mac Jones-esque. Drake May cannot get the job done, will not get the job done against the Texans. Once again, what my man Andrew said, nothing but beating up on sorry teams. Sorry teams. And it's just not going to go the way that the Patriots intend to hope when we face the Texans.
You see, this is why I started with Patriots Chargers, because I knew it was going to get you guys fired up. Please continue.
Okay, so if you
I'm not gonna
asked
stop
us
you.
if we had to choose one NFL team for the rest of our lives, you asked us right now, me and Austin would both say the Miami Dolphins. But there's no reason why that clouds our judgment at all. I think that I know that the Patriots are not a real football team, right? The Chargers just don't have an offensive line, dude. They put up 3 points. Dude, the Chargers had their first possession in the red zone, goal to go scenario, 4 and out. How does that even happen in the playoffs, dude? It was just an absolute collapse by the Chargers, and it's not anything. It's not an indictment on the Chargers just because of the fact that they're missing so many pieces. It's more of just you can't trust the Patriots, and I fully believe that they will not make it to the Super Bowl because I've seen a lot of people try to pick them for the Super Bowl.
People are getting hyped.
No, people should sit back down.
How does this sound? Ramondre Stevenson, Super Bowl champion.
No.
Does that roll off perfectly? No, it doesn't. No. Absolutely not.
No.
All right, let's calm back down a little bit, okay? Because it's time to move on.
Yes.
But we're gonna get hyped again because Cardiac Bears did it again.
Oh my
The oldest rivalry in the NFL went right down to the wire. Talk to me about that fourth quarter. Bears, Packers.
I mean, dude, Ben Johnson's first playoff appearance, just in general, or not with the Bears. I apologize.
Yeah.
Getting a little too hyped up. Ben Johnson's first playoff appearance for the Bears in 5 years. 40 years since that glorious 1985 Bears won the Super Bowl. Although, Cardiac Bears coming back 25 points in the fourth quarter, many boneheaded mistakes. I mean, 2 very crucial picks thrown by Caleb Williams, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 fourth down turnovers. And I'm not talking about something shock happening. I'm talking about going for it on fourth down when you don't need to go for it and turning the ball over. I mean, obviously, DeAndre Swift with a little bit of help to Williams to help secure that fourth quarter win. But in my honest opinion, Caleb Williams is not a good passer, and it reflects in the 58% completion record.
Yeah, not the best game for him, but for the Bears. Doing it against their most hated rival. We saw the cheese graters out, right, in Chicago, because they did it again.
Yeah, so that has been kind of the story of the Bears season, right? They've had, I think, 7 fourth quarter comebacks at this point, maybe 8. Caleb Williams is, if nothing else, he is clutch. That fourth down throw to not ice the game, but to keep the drive alive, and then obviously hitting DJ Moore for what would be the game-winning touchdown was another display of Caleb Williams being clutch, and against the Packers again this season, being clutch against the Packers.
Yeah, no, keep going, please.
But I think that I don't know that I'm still sold on Caleb Williams, right? To Austin's point, I think that the 58% completion percentage is still a factor that you have to evaluate. I do think that he can make some throws, and I think he's a good quarterback. But do I think he's going to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback, especially this year? I think not.
No, he's a great system quarterback, but this is Ben Johnson's team. This isn't the Caleb Williams show. This is clearly the Ben Johnson show.
You mentioned, and I'll get your take on this as well. You mentioned that Caleb Williams throw. I mean, one of the best of the season. I was watching Get Up this morning. Dan Orlovsky saying it's the best throw of the season. He went out on a limb, or do you back him on that?
I mean, I don't know if it's the best throw of the season, but it was definitely maybe the most clutch throw of the season.
Okay.
And then for that matter, you know what? It's got to be up there, right?
Sure.
So I think that it was definitely a great throw. It almost looked like he was doing like the Michael Jordan impression, Michael Jordan logo as he was throwing the football. So I definitely think that it was a great throw. And you know what? Anytime you can get a playoff win, that's huge for a franchise, especially for the Bears. Going against the Packers, right? Historic rivalry. The Bears have kind of, in the Packers, when they played in Lambeau Field, they were chanting, "The Bears still suck." Right? There's been a rivalry in the Bears-Packers for like almost a century now.
Yeah.
And
it's the oldest NFL rivalry.
Got it.
Correct. It is deep rooted. We saw the handshake as well. LaFleur and Ben Johnson. They don't like each other.
No.
The two teams don't like each other. But it is the Bears moving on. Andrew, I'm going to throw it back to you, my friend. Niners beating Kathleen Moore's Eagles. What happened?
Yeah, so that game was extremely interesting. My personal winner for this weekend is the Niners, given the fact that they were plus 200 underdogs and 5.5-point underdogs as well. I think that going into a hostile environment and going on the road and being able to secure a win like that is extremely important for a 49ers organization that has been, or a 49ers team that has been extremely hurt throughout the course of the regular season, right? They lost a ton of guys, including Nick Bosa and Fred Warner, the top 2 defensive guys, which has led to some holdups on their defensive side of the ball. But Brock Purdy has been clutch for them throughout the course of the regular season, almost got them to the 1 seed against the Seahawks in the final game of the regular season. And just in general, I think that offense has been great at times, especially with Brock Purdy leading the helm. So I think that they did just enough to beat the Eagles. Rest in peace to the Eagles and Kathleen Moore. I feel really bad for her team, but I do want to say that it was one of just this whole playoffs, right? This is phenomenal, right? There hadn't been, up until the 4th game of this playoffs, there hadn't been a game that the team leading at the start of the 2-minute warning had won. They were 0-3 up to that point, and then they finally got a win in the 4th game. Great playoff so far.
Absolutely. They lost George Kittle.
Yes.
They had lost Trent Williams heading into this game.
100%.
They pulled it off.
And I mean, the best throw of the game probably didn't even come from Brock Purdy himself. I mean, how about Jawan Jennings and that flea flicker to Christian McCaffrey? Yeah. Christian McCaffrey, 113 scrimmage yards. This has just been a great game of non-sloppy football by the San Francisco 49ers.
It was a fantastic battle, but we're going to talk about the local team.
Yeah.
The Jags.
Oh, man.
Allen finally getting his first road playoff win.
Yeah, it is, given the fact that the Bills are usually a higher seed and don't have to go and play many away playoff games. Sure. Yeah. But the Bills marched into Jacksonville, Duval, and were able to get a win. Unfortunately for Liam Cohen, it was a great game. Another one of those games that went back and forth, and it was just a really fun watch. I think that Liam Cohen, it was super unfortunate for him and Trevor Lawrence. I think they just were unlucky with the draw. Right? They just decimated the Broncos a couple weeks back, and they're one of the best teams in the AFC. But the Bills, I chose them as my Super Bowl winner going into the season. I think that they can definitely make a big run here.
And Cam Little's missed 55-yard field goal certainly didn't help. That would have been the difference maker in the game itself.
Quick word on the Panthers before we go.
Yeah. Oh, I want to give a quick apology to the Panthers in general. I don't want to apologize to Bryce Young because I will never say a good word about Bryce Young, unfortunately. But shout out to the Panthers for making a close game.
With that wraps us up. Week 1 of Main Show. We're back, guys.
Oh, man,
we're back. It feels great.
More NFL will be coming your way, along with everything else going on. So from everyone on the show, we will see you next week for more. Take care.
Things gon' change when I really hit the field. Undefeated champs, man, you know what's the deal. Tryna find a kid, I'm in the field doing drills. Boy, you just a sucker, you ain't never keep it.